Hello to everyone. My name is Sandeep. I am working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Information Technology of MLR Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. So in previous discussion, we completed that single inheritance and multi-level inheritance, and also we discussed what is an inheritance, and also we see the syntax, how to make the relationship, or how we have to make the inheritance through the syntax. That means parent-child relationship. Right. Today we are going to discuss another types of inheritance, that is hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance, and cyclic inheritance. First, we'll discuss hierarchical inheritance. What is this hierarchical inheritance? Means the hierarchical class allows multiple derived classes to inherit from a single base class. That means there is one parent class, and from that one parent class, there are multiple child classes going to are accessing the properties and behavior. That means, for example, here the class A is the one parent class, class B, class C, class D are inherits class A. Okay, that means for class A, that these single parent class having three child classes. Right. Now see here example test, and in this test class we define that in instance method, which is the parent method. Next, test 1. The test 1 is also defined inherits the test class, and also test 2. Test 2 is also inherits the test class. That means test 1 and test 2 are the child classes of whom? This test class. Test 1, test 2 are the child classes of the test class. Now, the test 2 we are going to access. But here the test class contains how many methods? Only one method. The test class contains how many methods? One method. And test 1 class contains how many methods? Two methods, that is M1 method and M2 method. M1 method and M2 method. Similarly, the test 2 class contains how many methods? Two methods, that is M1 method and M3 method. So that's why by using the test 2 class object, we are able to access only M1 method and M3 method. And if you want to access the M2 method, then separately we have to create an object. Okay. So let me see an example. So class test, so def m1 self, so self dot a equals to 10, then print self dot a. Right. Now class test 1 and then test. Now def m2, so this is also instance method. Now self dot b equals to 20 and then self dot b. Now class test 2, so test, because of not test 1, right? Next def m3 self. Now self dot c equals to 30, then print self dot c. Now which class object? For example, test 2 class object. Now t dot m1 method and t dot m2 method. Right? Sorry, m3 method, because of we are not able to access the m2 method. Why? Because of the test 2 class inherits test class only. Right? Now see, I save this program. Right? 10:30. But if you want to access the M2 method, then you have to create that test1 class object. Okay, now? So t1, now t1 dot m2 method. Now it is able 10:30:20. So this is what hierarchical inheritance concept. That means one parent class but multiple child classes. Right? So this is called hierarchical inheritance concept. Next, multiple inheritance concept. So what is this multiple inheritance? So multiple inheritance allows the derived class to inherit features from more than one base class. Okay, multiple inheritance allows the derived class to inherit features from more than one base class. That means there are multiple parent class but only one child class. Only one child class. So that means one child class inherits more than one parent class. So 2, that is the about multiple inheritance. So if you take here, see, class test and test 2 parent classes, and this one is what, class test 3, which is the child class of test class and test 2 class, right? So now see through an example. Okay, so class test, so def m1 self, right? So self dot a equals to 10, then print self dot a. Similarly, class test 1 and def m2 self parameter. We have to pass a self parameter. Now self dot b equals to 20, self dot b. Now class test 2. So now test and then test 1. That means now this test 2 child class inherits test class and test 1 class features. Now that's why, for example, so here self. Now self dot c equals to 30, print self dot c. Now t test 2 class object. Now t dot m1 method, t dot m2 method, t dot m3 method. Okay, now see what, 10, 20, 30, right? So this is about what, multiple inheritance concept. So multiple inheritance concept means here is two parents or more than one parent class but only one child class. That is called multiple inheritance concept. And now hybrid inheritance. Okay, so hybrid inheritance in Python is a combination of multiple and hierarchical inheritance. See, multiple inheritance is what? Multiple inheritance contains what? Two parent classes and one child class. So this is the multiple inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance is what? One parent class and two child classes. Okay, na? Right? So this is the multiple inheritance and this is the hierarchical inheritance. So hierarchical inheritance is what? More than one child class, that is two child classes, one parent class. Coming to this multiple inheritance, multiple parent class, one child class. So this is the combination. These two types of inheritance is the combination of hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance. Let me see an example. So this is the test class and test 1 class. So test 1 class is the child class of test. Okay. Next, test 2 class. So test 2 class is also child class of test. And finally test 3. So test 3 is child class of test 1 and test 2. Okay. So let me see an example. Class test. Now def m1 self dot a, self parameter. So self dot a equals to 10 and then print self dot a. Next, class test 1. Okay, class test 1, right? So this is from where? Test class. See, as per the diagram, right? So this is the one parent class, but it is derived how many classes? 2 classes, right? Like that one. Okay. Now see, def m2 self parameter. Now self dot b equals to 20, right? So here indentation is missing, right? Now print self dot b. So this is the test1 class. Class test2. So it is also derived from test class only. Now def m3 self. Now self.c equals to 30. Now print self.c. Next class test3, and test3 is derived from test1 and test2. Okay, now test3 is derived from where? Test1 and then test2. Okay, now def m4, that is self. Now self dot d equals to 40, then print self dot d. Now t equals to test3. So through test3, how many objects, how many methods we can access? Test1 method and test2 methods, that is t dot m2 method, t dot m3 method, and also t dot m4 method. Right, now see, right, so self, where is that one? Here. So what is the error here we got? So t dot m4 method is not defined, right? So spelling is mistake, self. Right, I save this program. Right, 20, 30, 40. For example, if you want to access test class method, then what will be happen? T equals to test class, then t dot m1 method. Now see, right, 20, 30, 40. So this is what? Hybrid inheritance concept. Right, next cyclic inheritance. Okay, no? So this concept of cyclic inheritance is from one class to another class in a cyclic way is called inheritance. See, this is the, for example, class A is defined. So again class A to class A, like that one. So this is what? Cyclic inheritance. And here class A is inherits B and class B inherits A. So this is the cyclic inheritance concept. But anyway, this is not supported through this Python programming language. Okay, so this is about what? Single inheritance. And coming to this, one important thing here is multiple inheritance. In the multiple inheritance, there is one problem we have to face. What is the problem here is, for example, see, what is this multiple inheritance? Two parent class, one child class. So through this one, what is the problem we will face here is, see, class test. Okay, na? Class test. Now def m1 self. Now self dot a, or simply we can say print hello. Print hello. Now next class test1. Now def m2 and then self print hi. Similarly, now finally test t2 test and then test1. So because of this is multiple inheritance, means two parent classes, one child class, right? So that is the thing. Now print, for example, MLR. Now see, t equals to test2. Now t dot m1 method, t dot m2 method, t dot m3 method. Now see, this is normal program, will get output. Why? Because of the test class contains m1 method, test1 class contains m2 method. So here that means the test2 class contain m1 method, m2 method, m3 method. But here three classes, that is two parent classes having different methods. But whenever the two parent classes inherits only that is same class, at the time having the same method, here M1 method and here M1 method. Okay, here M1 method and here M1 method. So now see what will be happen like this one. At that time, which class method will be printed? Which class method will be printed? See, it will be printed what? Hello and MLR ID. Why? Because of here the order of the inheriting is important. So here first is test class, that is test is the first parent class, and after then test one class. For example, if you change the order, test, now see, now it will be print hi and then MLR ID. So that means either only one class method will be printed. So this is the problem which we are going to face. So and this problem we can overcome through the method resolution order, which we can say MRO, method resolution order. So this topic we'll discuss in next class. And finally here this is the different types of inheritance. So single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, cyclic inheritance. So all these types of inheritance, just only the thing here is making the relationship between the existed class and new class, that is parent-child relationship, and accessing the properties and behavior of parent class through or by child class. This is the inheritance concept, right? Thank you.